Start in a comfortable seated or lying position with your spine tall and hands resting in your lap, on your knees or by your sides. Allow the breath to be calm and relaxed. An unknown author once said, "Start now. Start where you are. Start with fear. Start with pain. Start with doubt. Start with hands shaking. Start with the voice trembling, but start. Start and don't stop. Start where you are with what you have. Just start." A beginner's mind is a must as we move forward with our life. Always be curious. Always be learning and growing. In this meditation, you will calm the body and mind as we take a journey through the 8 limbs of yoga, which come from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. The 8 limbs of yoga combine all aspects of a yoga practice. The 8 limbs are the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. An unknown author said, "The union by practice of the 8 limbs of yoga dwindles or destroys impurities, lights wisdom and discernment." Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Slow inhales and exhales. Relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. In your mind, let's begin now by reviewing the yamas. There are 5 wise characteristics of the yamas that tell us that our fundamental nature is compassionate, generous, honest, and peaceful. The first one is ahimsa, or the practice of nonviolence, not to cause pain, even by your thoughts and words. In the presence of one firmly established in nonviolence, all hostilities cease. When establishing ahimsa or nonviolence, where can you begin? You can begin with yourself. Begin to notice how you talk to yourself. Is it kind? Is it nonviolent? Violence to the self and others clearly includes intentional physical harm. How about cruelty to the self and others through words and thoughts? Since we are all interconnected through energy and matter, that means our thoughts and words affect everything and everyone as well on a more subtle level. We hold each other up based on our thoughts, words, and actions. The second yama is satya, which means the practice of truthfulness or not lying. To one established in truthfulness, actions and their results become subservient. The third yama is asteya, which is the practice of non-stealing. To one established in non-stealing, all wealth comes by giving and receiving freely. The goal is to not be greedy. Practice keeping a calm, serene mind. Let everything come and go, and it will surely come back to you. Fourth yama is the practice of brahmacharya, which means continence to gain vigor. The goal here is not to give away your energy. When energy is not conserved, be it sexual or even the energy of talking too much, we have little light to shine. When we learn to conserve our energies and reabsorb them into our body, mind, and spirit, we shine brighter from the inside out. The fifth and final yama is aparigraha, which is the practice of non-greed. When non-greed is confirmed, a thorough illumination of the how and why of one's birth becomes clear, and service to others becomes a natural practice. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. Let's move on now to review the niyamas. The niyamas refer to the attitude we adopt towards ourselves as we create a code for living soulfully. The first is saucha, which means inner and outer purity and cleanliness, keeping our mind and body healthy and free from physical and mental toxins. The The observance of purity ranges from practices of physiological cleanliness to refinement of speech and actions. Simplifying this even more, choosing the purest food and drinks, keeping our thoughts, words, and actions as pure as possible and our body clean. Do we as humans fall off this wagon all the time? Of course we do, but when we begin to practice with intention, we recognize this much more. Stay awake. The practice of yoga and all its aspects are a practice of a lifetime. Most will not be perfected. Be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and move on. Start again. The second niyama is santosha, which means contentment and being happy with what we have. As a result of contentment, one gains supreme joy. Give now a moment of gratitude for everything that you have in your life. The third niyama is tapas, which is the disciplined use of our energy to enthusiastically engage in our lives and achieve the ultimate goal of creating union with the divine. The direct meaning of tapas is to burn. By the physical tapas of fasting, we burn away excess fat along with toxins and any toxins our bodies have accumulated. By mental tapas, we burn all our old impressions. By verbal tapas, in observing silence, we control speech. When we burn, we feel some heat or pain. We undergo suffering. So tapas also means to accept suffering. If someone suffers, he or she is blessed, because by that suffering, some impurities are purged out and at the same time bring happiness to others. The fourth niyama is vadhyaya, which is self-study or examination, and teaches us to burn out old destructive tendencies and to turn a little deeper into our spiritual study. The fifth and final niyama is Ishvara Pranidhana, which is the celebration of the spiritual, allowing you to lay all your actions at the feet of the Creator. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The third limb of yoga is asana, the practice of physical postures. Imagine yourself flowing through a yoga practice, feeling your breath and body moving as one. Feeling your physical body become lengthened and strengthened as you train the body to be strong enough to sit in meditation and contemplation. Over time, you can practice the most challenging postures and eventually find yourself steady and comfortable. That is the still point of the pose. That is where the real work begins in each posture. It begins from that steady, comfortable place. Does that mean it will always be steady and comfortable? Of course not. Patience, consistency, diligence makes a practice a practice. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The fourth limb is pranayama, breath control, or control of the movement of the prana, which is the vital life force energy. The force that moves upward in the body is prana. And the force that moves downward is apana. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Moving around the prana, the energy in the body, with long, slow inhales and exhales. Relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The fifth limb is pratyahara. In the Bhagavad Gita, the battle with the senses is explained in an esoteric way as a battlefield. The battlefield is the world, the turbulent life which distracts us. Pratyahara means sense control, withdrawal of the senses from their objects. Using pranayama, we begin to withdraw the senses, meaning we don't react to every noise, every thought, or every sensation that arises. We continue to focus on the breath and breathing. This means with practice, we can sit anywhere and meditate because outside noise becomes an invitation to go deeper. This absolutely takes practice, but I encourage you now to continue to sit in this silent practice. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales, relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The 6th limb of yoga is dharana. Dharana is the binding of the mind to one place, object, or idea. When the chittam, or sum total of the mind, is being bound by one thing or bound in one place, it is dharana. In other words, in dharana, you are training the mind. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales, relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The 7th limb is dhyana. Dhyana is the continuous flow of cognition towards an object. They say it is like pouring oil from one pot to another. It is a continuous string. It doesn't break. The mind is fixed. Communication between meditator and object of meditation is steady. That's what is called dhyana. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales, relaxing your body and mind a little deeper into the practice. The 8th limb is samadhi, which is the same as meditation when there is the shining of the object alone, as if devoid of form. You will easily understand samadhi when you have a little experience. Meditation culminates in the state of samadhi. It's not that you practice samadhi. Nobody can consciously practice samadhi. Our effort is there only up to meditation. You put all your effort in dharana. It becomes effortless in dhyana, and you just sit there knowing that you are in meditation. But in samadhi, you don't even know that. In samadhi, there is neither the object or the meditator. Samadhi is a state of consciousness. You can't practice samadhi. You may catch a glimpse of samadhi with a regular meditation practice, but the more you try to grasp it, the more elusive it becomes. Take in 2 long, deep breaths. Long, slow inhales and exhales as you continue to relax your body and mind. Notice how the knowledge of the 8 limbs of yoga sits in your body. Know that on this journey through life, it is not how it ends that matters, but the journey it takes to get there. The journey of life is never complete without a friend to share the memories. Life is a journey that has a lot of different paths, but any path you choose, use it as your destiny. Allow 1 more deep breath in and exhale. When you are ready, open your eyes and take your time moving on with the rest of your day, carrying the 8 limbs of yoga with you. Namaste.